You say you want achievement in life, but your appearance says otherwise. If you can't take pride in the way you look, how do you expect for people to take pride in what you do? I touched on this idea briefly in my last video, but today I want to go through a bit more detail and more explore some more depth into how my experiences have shaped my perspective, and how they play a part in setting standards in the things I do in everyday life. The first point being, the way you dress is a mirror of your discipline. Right? So this surrounds the idea that if you cut corners in your appearance, you make shortcuts in your work, your habits, and ultimately your mindset, right? So this sets the bar for things that you need to complete in everyday life. And one of the main things that I feel has set the tone in that regard is every time that I have delayed getting a haircut. This sounds super weird, but every time I have delayed fixing my appearance ultimately, it has actually had a flow-on effect in my goals, and even my relationships, right? Because it does set the idea that average is okay, and it flows on into things in your everyday life. And you start expecting average in the things you need to be doing. The second point being that a strong style equals a strong mindset. I want to highlight here that you need to show care if you want to show up well. And I want to make the point that even your basic fits can be sharp. Something that I wear when I go out, whether it's for running errands, going for coffee, or just quickly going out to grab something from the shops. Obviously the weather in Melbourne has been quite average, but Uniqlo is a great option, really affordable, super reasonable. What I've been wearing as of recently is their straight cut tracksuits or their baggy tracksuits. Nice and simple trainer, right? Whether it's Nike, Adidas, New Balance, few good options out there at the moment. That with an oversized tee, also from Uniqlo. Tie that in nicely with a hoodie, a puffer jacket if you like, or even a zip-up hoodie as well. So usually my base is usually the tracksuit and the tee, and then if I need to put on something, I'll put on a hoodie, the puffer, or the zip-up, right? Few colors in those. You can make at least 10 outfits with 3 to 4 colors, and it sets you up for a really nice outfit collection, right? And as the weather starts to get a bit warmer, they've just released the same style and cut in the tracksuit in the shorts. Super comfortable as well, and a great option for you to look sharp. I wanted to also highlight that a strong mindset also means a strong style. It works vice versa, so they work hand in hand, right? And I want to talk about a piece of advice I learned in competitive sports actually. And it goes by the saying that nothing in life is worth value if it comes easy. I use that in everyday life, even though I did learn it in competitive sport. And it showcases the idea that You need to get comfortable challenging yourself and setting the bar higher every time you do something. Try new things, set new standards, try something different. You've got to get uncomfortable to be comfortable. You've got to challenge yourself. The third point I want to talk about in this video as well is that you've got to pay attention to detail, right? Something I also learned in sports as well is that the 1%ers add up, or the 1%ers matter, right? So your good hygiene, good grooming, sharp fits, the energy attracts respect and people, and ultimately this is because your effort is magnetic. People notice. When you look good, you feel good, and when you feel good, you ultimately perform good, right? You set the standard for the things you want to achieve, and you're ultimately reaching your full potential, right? It's a domino effect, and the standards you set for yourself in how you look ultimately will determine your actions and the amount of effort you put in to your everyday life activities. You need to raise your standards in the mirror, and everything else will rise with it. Before I finish this video, I want to leave you with an actionable step that's super easy and super attainable. The next time I see you, you need to have a fresh haircut. That's all. Right? I'm going this week. I need to book one in, but get a haircut booked in. And the next time I see you, you got to stay sharp. I'll see you in the next one.